A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. I am George Onyibe, as always. This afternoon, I want us to look at a topic I simply titled Two Major Issues the people of Anioma, the entire South region, and of course by extension to Nigerians, must take notice of the 40-state declaration of Igbo Biafra people in Finland. There are two issues I need you to pay attention to as a Nigerian. You see, these Igbo Biafra people, all of them, they are playing a strategic proxy war with the entire Nigerian population. They are fighting virtually against the philosophical idea behind every civilization. In most cases, you see them appear ignorantly. In most cases, you see them appear as brilliant people. In most cases, you will not be able to determine their real agenda. But this does not make them masters of the game. Eventually, when you confront them and their hypocrisy is exposed, it shows you what their complete and total nature is made up of. Deception, manipulation, deceit, just to mention but a few. Now let's bring it down. If you notice in recent time, we have tried the best we can to call on Nigerians. Pay attention to why these Igbo Biafra are constantly attacking Benin. It looks like it's somehow not all of you have been able to understand. Why they are attacking the Benin? The same people are jumping up and down that Anioma is Igbo, Ikwiri is Igbo. And most Nigerians still don't get it. And why they are doing that, the same group of people are crying. They want a separate country known as Biafra. It's okay, it's in their habit, everybody ignore them. This same group of people are jumping up and down that they still want to be the president of the same country they want to divide. It's normal, and to you, many of you, you have many ideas. But the work they are doing, it's a very expensive project. They are gradually, philosophically, disorienting the next generation of our people. What they want to do or what they are doing today is not about today. It is preparing a ground for this unimaginable explosion against all other ethnic groups in Nigeria in the nearest time. And in their mind, in their tiny mind, they will sweep us off our feet. But it's very unfortunate that they feel that they have monopoly of this knowledge. You will not understand. We were talking about those going about uniting Igbo people. Not all of you understand. But before we go into the main issue I need you to pay attention to as Nigerians, let me first of all, by way of digressing, appreciate all the monarchs in Anioma. The Ikwiri people are not seeing anything yet, but I know they know what to do. All of you monarch, the king of Obio, the Obi of Agbo, the Obi of Umunede, the Obi of Izomo of Owa, all of you, the Obi of Iseluku, all of you who were not afraid of being harassed by Igbo people, and you came out and told the world where you migrated from, where they should set you from, which is the Benin. All of you, I thank you. I say, may you people live long, and may our people constantly see you as their king. Makene wa mwezi fe wa bangwata nore nonulema. From the Oba of Benin, all of you who has made clear who you are, I thank all of you. Because if not your work in recent time, that you're sensitive to begin to tell Igbo people what is obtainable, what would have happened is that our children, this generation you are seeing, I see them as misplaced generation. They're watching what we are doing on social media. They are not reacting because to them, they don't just understand what we are doing. They're going to do hip-hop and move on. But when the time has come, they will have no other choice than to agree that they are who they are not. And so, like I said, what the Igbo Biafra people are doing are just systematically disorienting our children philosophically. Let me break it down a little bit. When we say you are philosophically disoriented, understand Nigeria is one of the countries that look at philosophers as if it's a useless course to study in school. But the trend the world is going through today is the handiwork of philosophers. They sit down and they look useless. They sit down as if they have nothing to offer. But within the massive society, this active society, they begin to inject ideas which will eventually make you lose control of yourself without knowing it. Today we live in a world where the color of your skin will determine whether you are more superior or not. And those who are supposedly white skin look as if they are the most advanced, the higher human race. And this is not because it's true. This is because they spent time, their ancient philosophers spent time to disorient other people by way of creating a proxy war against all other colors. And so, if you watch many countries of the world today, they are still fighting that war. You will never believe that there are Indians that are darker than me. You hardly see them on Indian national television. Because philosophically, they have been conquered. They are second class. If the Indians have a way, they will destroy all the black people. But this is not supposed to be so. And you see, the Indian blacks will not be able to fight back. The only thing is to accept their fate. Yet they are Indian, and they are not Indian. I need you to check what I'm telling you. A large population of Indians are black people darker than me. You hardly see them on Indian national television. Indians may have moved out of that path long ago. They may still be on that path. But why are they still hiding it? And why is it that no black person of India is relevant when it comes to the affair of India? But they are not my concern. It is only America that is the country that allows black to express themselves. But it is even to a limit. Philosophically, most of you who are black believe that the Igbo man is more superior than you. I don't blame you. Psychologically, your mind was damaged. Now you must understand all these things Igbo people are doing. They are systematically damaging the mind of our children, telling us who we should be and who we should not be, telling us how to reason or how not to reason, judging us when we are wrong or when we are right, trying to be the moral standard for all of us to follow. I know you are not seeing it, but let us see how it ends. And so in a time like this, some group of criminal-minded Igbo people went to Finland. They're trying to make the world feel that they are doing something unique, but they are abusing us. And they started declaring the 40th state of Biafra. Igodo Biafra, hey, Akatami kata Biafra, ooh, Olu Biafra, Anioma Biafra, Ikwere Biafra. Igbos are happy, Igbos are rejoicing. Yeah, we have declared Biafra. Oh, we are now Biafra. And now, if you ignore, because we know they are all sycophants, honestly, they will know. But if you keep quiet without confronting their criminality, your children will think it's normal. Yes, they call Anioma Biafra. Yes, Anioma is Biafra. I was once played that fool for them. And imagine if that our Biafra then was able to scale through. My people would have cursed me. Because by now, my people will sow hell. And most of them still blame me. Maybe all of them, they talk Biafra. And that is my fault. I accept it. And that is why when one idiot came here to come and talk to me about history, the one called Blessed Dawn, I attack her immediately. Most of you don't know why. I don't hate the useless girl called Blessed Dawn. She's a hypocrite, just that she has not been exposed. Go and check if she will talk about the declaration of Biafra in Finland. And if we were not seeing all these things before now, many Nigerians will believe we are part of what they are doing. And that is why all this why cannot be denied. In Nigeria, in northern Nigeria, they see all of us as Enyamere. And this is a call for Hausa people and Yoruba people to know that we are not Enyamere. And we don't blame you for calling us Enyamere, because we have not been speaking up before now. Psychologically, we have been hijacked. And anybody who will treat us in the coming days as Enyamere will certainly get the reception for us without reprisal. We will not perceive when we want to respond to you. And now, Igbo people are there declaring Biafra, Anioma Biafra, Ikwere Biafra, Okotomikoto Biafra, Idu Biafra, Isha Biafra. And everybody keeps quiet about it. It looks like Nigeria will say, don't mind them, they are just deceiving themselves. Yes, they are deceiving themselves, we know. But philosophically, psychologically, they are disorienting our children. We are not Biafra, and we are not Igbo. We are Abo people. We are Eka people. We are Ikure people. We are South people. We could agree we are Niger Delta, but the Niger Delta, we must know the definition, because the Niger Delta you hear of today is compromised and very different from Adakaburu Niger Delta. Because Adakaburu Niger Delta, Ondo State is not there. Adakaburu Niger Delta, Imo State is not there. Adakaburu Niger Delta, Abia State is not there. But today, Niger Delta, so they don't deceive you. When they say we Niger Delta, don't forget Abia man, Nnamdi Kanu is a Niger Delta man. Don't let them deceive you. Rogers Okorocha is a Niger Delta man. Ondo State in the southwest is a Niger Delta. That is a Niger Delta to share the resources from our region, South. Nothing more. And so psychologically, you have been disoriented, thinking that the people of the South are Niger Delta. No, they have moved on from that old Niger Delta you used to know. That is why you see, I don't often use the word Niger Delta, that I'm a Niger Delta man, except there are certain messages I want to pass. Maybe you don't know. So all these things they are doing, they know their target. One of which is to make sure that the issue of Biafra is discussed. But our duty is to make sure that if they want to drag popularity to themselves, that they are this, we will give them the popularity they deserve. And that is what we are doing here. Each time they talk about Biafra, they are pushing disinformation, lying, propaganda to create a soft landing for them in the future when they want to drag. Now, the issue of Biafra can easily be settled without anybody being offended. Now, let's assume Igbo people want to go. It is simple. They don't need to drag Igbo people along. They don't need to drag Benin into the whole matter. It is for Igbo people to call themselves, do exactly what Ojukwu did. Ojukwu problem was that when his people are returning, he is coming to conquer us. You know, there are a lot of things we didn't want to say. He's asked his people to come back. While his people were coming back, he conquered Bende State. Because Ogbomudia is an Igbo man and perceived to be an Igbo man. He had no issue with Ojukwu. Some of the people of Bende State allowed Ojukwu to do what he did. But when their eye opened was when Ojukwu was in control of Midwestern region, Bende State. Ojukwu and his men robbed our central bank. Ojukwu and his men killed all the top political officers in Bende State, replacing them with the Igbos. They wanted to use Bende State as a battlefield. They moved on to Lagos around Ijebu before they were pressured back. Now, is Lagos part of their Biafra? Is Bende State part of their Biafra? Ojukwu would have retired with his people down to the southeast. Nobody would have seen them as a threat. We don't tell you what they did in Midwestern region, Bende State. We don't tell you. But that does not mean we don't know what happened. But that is not the purpose of this broadcast. Now, in this same era, if they want Biafra, all they need to do through the association they have created in and out all around the world to undo Nigeria, it's enough platform for them to call their people home and say, see, this next 10 years, all Igbo people sell off your property in Nigeria and come home. If there is nowhere to invest it in the East, go to other African countries, go and invest. And then they call them, all Igbo people return to the East. Begin to leave our land. And then begin to build a wall around your territory. Begin to redefine it. I'm sure the federal government will not question you. Let your senators begin to talk about it. And then we know the only explanation you owe us when that time will come is that all the money your senators and your political leaders are collecting from Nigerian posts, you people will have to pay later on. All the money Tinubu and the rest of the people are borrowing, the other presidents have borrowed, making Nigeria a debtor, all of us will pay for it. And certainly that will not be a problem to you people. One Igbo man can pay the whole of Nigerian debt. I hope you are happy. And if you have followed this way, you will see most of us will begin to respect you. Most of us will organically begin to follow you. We will be the one calling you, my guy, we won't join you now. We are tired of Nigeria. We want to be, but we know Igbo don't want to go anywhere. Everything they are doing is a strategy to manipulate the rest ethnic group, as they have doing in town. You see, all the games they are playing is prolonging. Look at Igbo social media platform. None of their leaders is condemning what they are doing. Oh, Biafra here, Biafra there, Biafra there. But then let's look at two things that are involved. In 2025, according to the leadership, the government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, next year to be precise, the date not yet specified, Nigeria will undergo another census. What is census? It is a time that they determined the population of people in a country. In a layman form or way of a definition, census is the time when they gather everybody in one country, they count their number, as it will enable them know where to develop, what resources or allocation that comes to them, and of course, how to manage the overall society. And by the time this census is conducted, and this is one of the problems Nigerians started having problem, because it is said that the first ever census in Nigeria organized by the British were rigged in favor of the North. That is not where I'm going to. And if that made Northerns to have the highest population against all other ethnic groups, you will know that there is an advantage to you being counted. And now, if the government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu want to embark on census once again by next year, any moment from now, you begin to see the adverts on the television. This is number one thing I want the entire Nigerian to notice. And then they are going to be debating this census. Anywhere you are found, they will add you to those people. My dear, don't agree. Let it be questioned. You begin to hear ideas like Agbo Isibo, and when they print the census document, they will now tell us where you come from. You will see Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. Idoma, don't agree. You are not Igbo, you are not Yoruba, you are not Hausa. Egala, don't agree. You are not Yoruba, you are not Igbo, you are not Hausa. Akwa Ibom, don't agree. You are not Igbo, you are not Yoruba, you are not Hausa. This is a way of trying to advise those who will manage the census. If Nigerian, as of today, officially recognize 250 ethnic groups, please make sure that the data information have 250 ethnic groups represented there. And let's truly know the population of Nigerians. Because today, many of my people will count that they are Igbo. And many Benin people will count that they are Yoruba. Because there is no provision for them. And so what you see Igbo people doing in the name of Biafra and grabbing of territory, it is a way to wound your children unconsciously, manipulating them, even their subconscious mind, and they think that they are Igbo. And when the census is carried out, everybody begin to thumbprint Igbo, Igbo. South will be, all of them will be Igbo. Because I'm sure no ethnic group in South will be represented if I'm not telling you this. So when you see the next census, understand that some of this Biafra agitation is to create a room where all of you in the South will say you are Igbo or you are Yoruba. So pay attention to it. Make sure when you are thumbprinting, when that time comes, of course, we will continue reminding you, but don't let this video skip you. Share it to your people so they know what they are doing. With all the challenges on social media, with the constant expose on what they are doing, just day before yesterday, they were bold enough to tell the whole world that Igodomigodo is a state in Biafra. Does it not boil down to that thing we are telling you about unity beggars? Igbo people recruit unemployed young Nigerians. I don't blame them. They are jumping everywhere, villages, night to night. They are pretending that they are doing Igbo unity, but they are sowing seed of discord among Nigerian population. All they want to do is to upset the balance. And when things go wrong, you won't even know where the problem is coming from. And meanwhile, they are not uniting their people. They are not uniting with their boy. They are not caring for their people. It is we they care for. So watch out for this census. They know what they are doing. And then, why they are doing this to win you subconsciously, the next thing they are going to be doing is attack on our monarchs. They have seen that because of the influence of our monarchs, they cannot be able to manipulate us. And I want you to listen to me. You are from the South. You have king. There is no community in the South that don't recognize monarch. There is no community in the South region of Nigeria today that does not have a king. All of us have a king. Your king will be the next line they will target. You will not understand. But I'm calling you now, those of you, they will give gift, go and give your king. All of you king in Anioma land, beware of the Trojan horse. Any gift Igbo people are going to give you now, this Igbo Biafra people, is a Trojan horse. Beware of the Igbo Trojan horse. You people are the next target. But why they've not been able to destroy you is because of your affiliation with Nigeria. Now let me educate our people. Most of you are not very happy with your king, because some of our kings are responsible for what is happening in our villages. Some of our kings are responsible. They are under oath to lead the people from generation to generation. But because of the way the monarchy system is structured traditionally, they cannot sin against the people they rule. And in their system, they have this group of corrupt chiefs. Most of them are not living in your village. They live in Lagos. They live in Abuja. They're looking for opportunity to steal from Nigeria. They rush home and use your king. But your kings, most of them are poor, of course, highly educated. My village king is a lawyer. And more than 70% of all the monarchs, the king in Anioma land, almost all of them are lawyers. Almost all of them are graduate, highly educated individuals. But most of them cannot work because of their position. And so they depend on the system of monarch to provide for them. But we failed them. We failed our king. Today, we learn from the Igbo. Some of us want to overthrow our king. Some Igbo people are sponsoring you, telling you that your king was killed. And so Benin people brought one of their sons and made your king. The era in the 80s where this rumor was popularized, we didn't know where they were going to. Now we have seen the end of their journey. So many of you started fighting against your king. You never know that your king is your last line of defense. And so those criminal chiefs in the palace begin to manipulate most of our king. They destroyed some of the rules and regulations that govern the palace. And then the government, being very sensitive at that time, adopted our king. Today, go and look at all your king. Let's look at Anioma people. All of you in the South, look at all your king. All of them have a car allocated to them by the federal government and by the state government. I'm sure there is no king that don't have SVU Jeep. Those Jeep governors use. And now he who paid the piper detains the tune. Your king feel you can't protect them. Your king cannot rely on you to protect them. Because there were times they were starved and almost hungry to death. We all abandoned them. And now it is the government that pays their bill. And they don't mind selling all of you just because of what they will eat. Most especially when they are around those criminal chiefs. Not all of them. But what am I trying to tell you, those of you who have king? This is the time we need to set up a union. A union that will take full responsibility of what our kings will need. They are the custodian of our history. They are the custodian of our heritage. They are the custodian of our culture and tradition. Take them for granted to the detriment of everything that you are. When we say we are forming union, not all of you can comprehend it. But we will recover all that we lost. Every community, you must begin to form union. Union where we will have a group of people that are responsible for the clothes, the attire our kings will wear. Union that will be responsible to take care of the medical bill of our king. Unions that will be responsible to take care of their feeding and the training of their children, how they manage their home. We must form this union. If we don't do that, they will pick our union, our king one after the other. We must have a union where if anybody come against our king, we can activate the process and we go for those people. That is called self-defense. But when you allow them to destroy your king, your fate will be like the fate of Igbo people. You see all these things Igbo people are doing. If anybody want to help them tomorrow, they don't have a leader they can go to and say, talk to us through this man. If the world wanted to talk to Igbo people before, they go to the Obi of Onitsha, who happens to be a Anioma man all the way from Benin. And they can't accept him. They ridicule him. In fact, asking Obi of Onitsha to address Ndi Igbo is an insult to Ndi Igbo. They will never accept that. And truly now they are left without king. That is why one idiot will wake up, he's in Nnamdi Kanu, he become a king. Another idiot will wake up, is Simon Ekpa, he become a king. And then another prime minister idiot will wake up, is now declaring Biafra. And this is one problem that will haunt them for a very long time. Even animals understand why leaders must be respected. Let me teach you one little history from the ant colony. If you see the ant hill, you can't destroy the ant hill. You know the ant hill. If you want to destroy the ant hill, you can use grader, excavator, level it. There is what is known as the queen. If the queen is alive, give them 1 month, they will rebuild the colony. Because that queen is the source of nutrition. That queen is the mother of fertility. That queen is the embodiment of every component that ensures their survival. You know what they do? They protect the queen. They mold a cocoon of mud and put the queen inside. And they move the queen around that anthill towards the direction of the sun. They pregnant the queen and the queen gives birth to millions of other anthills. And it's only one queen that is inside that cocoon. And one queen rule the colony. They have a king. They have the soldiers. And they have the laborers. All of them in the anthill. even the soldiers, even the king, even the laborers will abandon the ant-hill colony in the absence of the queen. And the queen represents our king. If we all rally around our king, giving them protection, they are the one that ensures our survival in the end. If they destroy your king, your survival, you narrowly escape any danger. And this having been said, if you are from the South, you are listening to me, you have what it takes. You people have not been looking into the welfare of your king. My brother, this is the time to begin the movement. Nobody will take care of your king for you. If they destroy your king, that is the end of your people. The palace remain our last line of defense. In recent time, many people Igbo people would have castrated me. That I say Igbo is not Igbo. But with all the video emanating from different quarters of Anioma kingdom, all of them, they are now trying to change the narratives. These people are so desperate that they just hijack one Igbo man born in Ikwere land, and they're going to be parading him that is the Ikwere man is the next leader for Ohaneze Igbo. And even while they are doing that to deceive the gullible one on the social media, some of them are still back insulting Ohaneze Igbo, that are accepting Ikwere man, which is not an Ikwere man, to be the leader of Ohaneze Igbo. It's an insult to the Igbo nation. And these are people who say, my dear, don't let them deceive you. I can go on and on and on and trying to explain to you. You'll not be able to understand it at once. But I just want to push you 2 years ahead of their plan, so that before that time you will be ready for them. Census is coming. Don't let them fool you. And now begin to make arrangements to protect your kings. You can see many, the Oba of Benin, right, or the new governor of Edo State now, have disbanded all the market union. And to some of you Benin people, you will not understand. You will think it's about Benin people doing motor park job. No. By what we say here every day, those who want to save their people are getting sense. If you are not controlling your economic space, if you lie, be president of Nigeria, you are in trouble. Take South Africa, for example. That is why when I see all those gullible South Africans paid by Igbo people to come and talk down on Nigeria, I pity them. South Africans today are politically free, but economically they are enslaved. It would have been better that they are economically free, and politically in danger. Of course, they need both of them. But today, South Africans you see today are politically free, but economically they are in a deep shit. Yes, you heard me right. And today, all of us are claiming we are who we are not. But our economic space has been hijacked by Igbo Biafra people, the open market union, and then they control our life. One of my neighbors bought a solar inverter from Japan just recently, and we were talking about the price. A solar inverter that can carry fridge, television, air condition, all the facilities in his 3-bedroom flat. He bought it less than $200. And I say, I don't understand. He said, no, be our people, they do ourselves. Somebody will go to China and import something of 5,000 naira. He will bring it to Nigeria and sell it at 500,000. And when you thought they will tell his immigration, is this one, is that one. But this man now bought it. He ordered it by himself online. And it's still very cheap. So were there no immigration? The people who have hijacked our economic space are the people making Nigerian standard of living very high. They are the one. But of course, they have the government to blame. And by the time you have a group of people, you don't know where they are coming from. Some say they come from Equatorial Guinea. Some say they are coming from Israel. Some are coming from Costa Rica. And they are following also drag our central land. And they control all our economic space. And you want to prosper in a place like that. So those who know are doing something about it. When you review the market union structure, you will see the people playing this game among our people. What is the problem that the new governor of Edo State have? People will go and do farm. When they finish harvesting their yam, they will bring the yam into the market to sell. Market union or controlled by Igbo people will say, no, you can't sell it here. They will use Benin people to cover face in Benin land, but it's Igbo people that are doing it. We see them everywhere in Abo. And then what do? They will now fix the price and buy it for you. The moment you leave, they will sell it any amount and make money. And tomorrow you will tell people to go and farm. And so the new governor of Edo State was saying, no, it can't be so. We must allow the farmer to enter market and sell their crop by themselves, not market union telling them how to sell it. This was one of the strategies the Igbos used during the old Eastern region. They have not repented. They are still doing it. But the point is that sometimes we say we will not say these things so that we don't offend anybody. But we have been offended at the end. And if God has not been merciful for us, we would have been dead by now and died with this truth we know. And somewhere along the line, if God chooses to bring an end to our life, because they can't do anything, I am their destiny, I am their doom. And God say, George Onibe, you're coming back home. I would have known at this moment I have fulfilled 50% of my mission here on earth, if not 70. The rest one is to mobilize people to do what is necessary when the time comes. But our job is almost done. But believe me, we will outlive all the enemy of our people. So my brothers and sisters, good people of Nigeria, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba, whether you are minority or majority, understand that this work is to diffuse the system that has been invincibly created and interwoven with us as a people, ripping us emotionally and all the wise, just to constantly keep Nigeria on her news. If we begin to take notice of these things and we begin to do the right thing, Nigerians have seen enough hardship that has not been able to break them down. Believe me, Nigerians will survive. And then after we are gone, a new generation will arise. And believe me, the labors of our heroes past, our labor will never be in vain. And this is where I want to bring it to an end. But don't forget two things. Number one, pay attention to the oncoming census, because they are making plan already how to manipulate the whole process. And then protect your kings. Protect your kings. Not just from the external forces, from those corrupt chiefs in your village who live in Lagos and Abuja, who live in the city, and they constantly come home to manipulate your king. Pay attention to those of them. If they are not bringing the dividends of democracy, if they are not bringing prosperity to your community, you need to begin to ask questions. But all these things boil down to the same thing we are shouting about. A lot of people are creating different kind of union. And that is what we need now to survive. We must create union. And very soon, the journey will begin. The union is not to challenge government. The union is not to insult anybody. The union is not to challenge anybody. The union is to make sure that our culture, our tradition, our heritage is preserved, protected, and nobody will be allowed to lower our values. I'll go to the comment section now and see, maybe there are one or two people who want to insult me. You know, I love insult. I love insult. I love it. Igbo Biafra, drop it there. Let me respond to you. Yes. Let's go to the first person there. I see Henry Chimeze. I greet you, my brother Henry. It's been a while. I hope you are doing well. Good morning from here. I see my brother Achoibe. Good afternoon, Achoibe. And then I see Ubunga News. Say good afternoon to you from here, from my end. Ubunga News, I greet you honestly. And let's see. I see, of course, you know the work, that is Macon. Macon obviously is an Igbo Biafra. You say you know the work, but what I'm doing is my work now. South journalist. That is what I am now. Ubunge. For now mind, and I go they play with our brain, Abi. This is my work now, okay? Malcolm, fake name. I say not send it. I say I hope Biafrans all home for their independence proclamation. Any one of still in territory is a saboteur, and so should be sent to Biafra. Yes, my brother Didi, they are celebrating their independence. It's a shame that they are doing it in Finland, not in Igbo land. They are doing independent already in their Toro. They think this is the era where they come out and lie to the whole world about what we are going through, and have so many black Indians here. Yes, Ubunga News say they have so many black Indians. Like I was saying, you hardly see them on the national television. They hide them from backyard. I was shocked when I went to work for Ajib some time ago, and the area where I was assigned to work. When I got there, the Indian people I saw there, all of them are darker than me in color. The only difference is that they have coily hair, and my own is not coily. And then I asked the person that was in charge of my department, I said, do you mean these people are Indian? You say you have no idea. But because of their color, they are even treated lower. This is because they have been philosophically and psychologically destroyed. That is what Igbo people are doing to fellow Nigerians. Our fathers didn't speak up, but we have suffered from all this shenanigans, and we have to talk about it. I see Daniel Onyemechi, he say, imagine lies upon lies against Igbo. This is what the Igbos does. All this while, Igbos are the ones that are claiming Nigeria marginalize us, Nigeria don't want to give us freedom, Nigeria is do this one, and Nigeria is do this one, and yet you are still saying it's a lie. I am a living witness. I am a testament against the Igbos, most especially the Igbo Biafra. Daniel, I followed Nnamdi Kanu when he couldn't preach Biafra, even in Asaba. We encourage our people to follow Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu said they don't want saboteur. We must trust ourselves. Nnamdi Kanu took me to Arochukwu, 2 different shrines to take oath to defend Biafra, which is exactly what I'm doing. Because if I'm not doing what I'm doing, I'm sure Daniel Onyemechi, you are not in your village. You are being chased by unknown gunmen. Everybody lie against Igbo. Everybody is lying against Igbo. Igbo. You people are the one causing problem in Nigeria. At the end of the day, you blame the victim. You play the blame card. You blame everybody for the misery situation you have found yourself. Anybody talk the truth, they say, oh, yet Igbo. And people for long believe it's true. Go and check everywhere Nigeria have problem across the world. It is Igbo people. You hardly see Yoruba or Hausa. Go and check every problem. If Nigeria have any problem, an Igbo person is not connected to it, that problem will not last for 24 hours. And when he say don't generalize it, he say that's the whole Igbo. Then prove that it's not the whole Igbo now. Have you not have enough time? We are Nigeria, and some people are declaring another Nigeria in Finland, and it's a lie. You people don't have shame. I see another one there. Let me see the name. They say hungry go bear you. Hungry go bear you. And that, in other words, hungry will kill me. And now this is one truth. Hungry don't kill anybody. Hungry don't kill people. It is disease that enter the hungry. And if hungry kill me, I accept that than to eat my brother. Are Igbo people not eating Igbo people? Nnamdi Kanu was on Radio Biafra. He said anybody we see in the bush is a bushmeat. We will eat that bushmeat. To prove to the world that they are very formidable. They do what they said. Did you not see a series of videos of Igbo people on the social media eating fellow Igbo in a time like this, practicing cannibalism? Did you not witness the future of Igbo people who are poisoning their own people? Facebook will not allow me to publish it. I would have done that now. So which one is lying? But don't worry. All of you are running from Biafra already. And if you do not want to maintain the integrity of the Igbo, when we finish dragging you on this journey, if they call you Igbo man, you will deny. Mark my word. When Nnamdi Kanu was jumping everywhere, Biafra, 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 he thought he was invincible. Now, come out anywhere, even in the southeast, and tell us you are Biafra, so that you understand the true meaning of benedictions duos in Sakula, in Ushi. I see you here. The Igbos have no king. All they have are warrant kings and chiefs. These people accept anything. That is the truth. So no insult. They don't have insult to talk. Daniel what I say, good day, sir. They must get it right. Daniel Wara, of course, let them work very hard and see how they will get it right. So when you are insulting me, make it very painful. Make it painful. Trouble they sleep in Yanga come make am. Between you and his who is the criminal? Between you and the Igbo. I don't know what you are saying, but let me leave you at that. You are not somebody I should try to reason. Onyebuchi say, jobless guy, go and look for work before hungry bear you. My brother, let hungry bear me, but let me deliver you first. Man shall not live by bread alone. I know you have not read that scripture. Daniel, man shall not live by bread alone. It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes out from the mouth of God. We are no longer living for bread and butter, my dear. We are living by the word of God. Why I forget that scripture self? Man shall not live by bread alone, my dear. So let hungry bear me. Of course, they will come later and drop their insult as usual. But don't forget what I've just told you on this broadcast. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.